Get infected.
One of the best pop tunes of the last 20 years is a Santana song.
But it's not a Santana song.
Smooth with Rob Thomas on vocals. And I said pop song, by the way. So
not
relax.
Santana.
I didn't say one of the best songs of the last 20 years.
I don't love that, but it's okay.
It's a great song.
I never loved it.
It's what they call a guilty pleasure. You hear that on the radio, no one's around. Why not?
We're going to see how well this works out. Let's hope he doesn't crash.
All right, it's Drew Boogie, everyone. You're checking out Drew Boogie. It's the Opie and Anthony program. The ONA virus spreading across America thanks to XM satellite radio.
Listen to him cut up that hybrid sound.
Isn't that cool?
The Jetsons car. Only he could do that.
We got to go right to the phones and say hi to Damon in Virginia. Damon, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, man.
This fucking Patrice is killing for y'all. Y'all somehow have got to pay him. I know y'all got loyalties to little Jimmy, and that's cool. Keep him on there, too. But somehow, man, show this guy the money.
We're gonna try to figure out something with these guys because we run this whole channel. I don't know. We got to start doing some serious thinking because we got the best stable of guys in radio. It's not even close. Not even close.
Okay, guys. All right, guys, that's all I wanted to say.
All right, thanks, Damon.
You, by the way.
Yeah, Patrice, I mean, they're talking to Washington. They're like, holy shit, this Patrice is killing for you guys. You got the call from Elo, right?
Yeah, Elo gave me a nice call, man.
Elo's like, give me his number. I got to talk to this brother.
The Elo.
Speaking of Elo, this is an Elo thing because people are going to be fucking pissed at me.
Oh, boy. Stop it. Don't even say it.
We were supposed to announce the arch enemy today.
Every third instant feedback is, come on already, announce.
Where's Ben? Because Ben's got to help me out here. Because they're going to kill me on the board, the message boards, but this is out of my hands. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on. But
Ben, what happened?
Basically, we've been announcing all week and all morning that we'll finally reveal the arch enemy that has been hired by XM Satellite Radio, and he wants to take a peek at this channel and see if he can help us out. He would never be our boss. We would never actually answer this person. But we have a history with this person that is pretty fucking ugly, to say the least.
Yeah.
So Ben got an email from Eric Logan.
Yes.
And what is the email? You might as well read this fucking
thing. It just says, no, not today. Can't announce it today. But he said we're going to announce it next week in person.
They're bringing him by?
That's all he said, in person.
There you go. Have the meeting on the air.
I swear to God, I was talking to Eric Logan last night. He's going to be in New York Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah, the Country Music Awards are in town.
So he's going to bring him by on our show?
I guess.
If you want to hear some uncomfortable radio.
A lot of speculation.
Make sure you listen Monday and Tuesday. I'm assuming.
God.
Well, actually, in a way, that's better. I mean, we could be dicks and just, say who it is now, but I'd rather the person comes walking through the door
on the air.
And then you got the uncomfortableness.
Right.
Because there was true hatred.
That bad.
There's still hate. There's still hate for the bullshit that went on.
Motherfuckers hold it, man.
We do.
Grudge carrying bunch of motherfuckers.
Dude, we don't forget.
Damn.
We let Pauly Shore, wow, like this is a huge story. We let him sit where Foot is sitting right now and just so wet. so wet because of something he did years ago to us. Yeah. Ed and I were just starting out in radio. We were a little green. We're out in L.A. We're at the Comedy Store. We're out there, quote, for the Grammys, even though we never even got close to the Grammys. Instead, we're talking to hacks at the Comedy Store for 2 or 3 straight days.
That sucked.
And Pauly Shore, the interview wasn't going great, and he said something like, oh, you guys are new to this. Like, he just killed us on the air. I'm like, oh, I'll never forget this one. So fast forward about 7 years.
Did he know who you guys was? He had to not know.
Oh, yeah.
No, he didn't know.
Not know who you was.
We reminded him.
He knew who you was back then, like who you.
Oh yeah, no one knew who we were back then. We were just
and
2
he
guys
didn't remember that we were the guys.
Right, that's what I'm asking. That you were the guys that he disrespected.
Hey, you know, that's all good. He made us look kind of silly, you know, on our own radio show, and
no, we pulled the Antonio Andolini.
Y'all are brutal. I can't believe.
Oh, dude. So you know, we're like, all right, that's fair game, but I'm not going to forget this. 7 years later, we're on the top of our game. And he comes in to promote some ridiculous project, another project that failed miserably. And he sat where Foot's sitting, right? I think this was in the old studio, right? Mm-hmm. And he just had nothing. And one of the things Ant and I could do very well, if we like you and you're bombing on the show, we'll help you along. No problem, we'll help you along. There's all sorts of tools and things you could do as broadcasters to help the person along, right? Like Cato didn't need any help. He was just doing his thing. Mm-hmm. We just sat there and let him do he was sweating, the flop sweat, everything.
Let him stink up
and he
the
pretty
joint.
much looked at us and begged, like, come on, guys. Like, come on, help me out. Like,
you just wouldn't talk.
Nothing.
We were just like, yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
Great.
And then we reminded him at the end of the interview why we did what we did.
You have to remind him.
So wet. He was sweating.
We're like Jews bringing back like 90-year-old Nazis to fuck up.
Oh yeah.
Like that's it. It's like,
dude.
We will not let it go.
You motherfuckers will fuck with the Bible Jews, like the.
I guarantee.
Yeah. You would whoever the Pharaoh motherfucker. Y'all dudes whole grudge.
Oh, dude, I guaranteed he walked out of the studio with cranky ass and everything else. He was sweating so much. He was dying. He was dying right in front of our eyes, and you know. We're like, let's just watch him die today.
Did the listeners know that before you did it?
All you get there is, wow, that segment sucked, dude. What's wrong with you guys? Blah, blah, blah. Today sucked on the air. And it wasn't about that. We're like, we can make the radio show suck for one day for payback, no problem, because it was a personal thing. And he just sat there and died right in front of our eyes.
Has there ever been anybody that did you wrong and you just, they go, you know what, sorry, fellas, I remember that. And you guys, all right, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's been some of those. But
Dennis Leary.
Dennis Leary?
Oh, you had a thing with Leary?
He blew me off pretty bad.
It was pretty funny, though.
It was
at Comics Come Home.
It was funny for everyone but me.
Dude, it was at Comics Come Home. Listen, let me tell this story.
For me.
We were sort of finally getting, you know, some names, you know, a name for ourselves. And we get invited to Comics Come Home. We're already in New York. We go back up there, and we're invited in the VIP room, and everyone's walking around. That's part of the show, and some local Boston celebrities. And we're all at the bar, and Dennis Leary comes in, right?
Yeah, and Dennis said...
Take it from there, because I don't remember. I remember we were all at the bar or something, and you went to say hi.
Dennis had just gotten the show The Job together with our buddy Adam Ferrara. Been a friend of mine, Joe Curry's and stuff for years. And I knew Leary was going to be there, so he walked up to the bar. Everyone's kind of looking at him. I'm kind of at the bar, and I figure... It's a time for me to introduce myself.
And we're feeling good about ourselves.
Feeling good about ourselves. We got a name for ourselves.
We got a little star power.
A little star power. I could use the Adam Ferrara angle as like a mutual friend type thing to get in there.
And I bet you're already fast forwarding like you're going to be on an episode. It's all just going to come together.
I wasn't fast forwarding.
It's all going to come together. You're going to need a scene of 2 DJs and Dennis is going to be calling.
I didn't know also that all these motherfuckers are standing watching.
All of us,
like,
dude. The whole crew.
Everyone from the show, the whole crew is watching. So I walk over, and I go, Dennis, Anthony Cumia, Opie and Anthony show.
Feeling all good, too, Patrice.
Good friends with Adam Ferrara on the show. Yeah, and he, without looking at me, he kind of put his hand out a little bit and goes, hey, how you doing? And then turned his back to me and just like... That was it.
And went on to somebody else.
And
Anthony's just left there like...
and believe me, I didn't interrupt his conversation, so it wasn't like he kind of did that and then went back to his conversation. He wasn't talking to anybody. So I step up to make my big introduction,
Oh, he was just primed for someone to say hi.
Yeah.
He was just chilling with his right elbow up there.
Yeah. I didn't interrupt shit.
Nothing.
I made a point I wasn't going to interrupt shit.
Beat it, I'm daydreaming.
I turn around. It was so bad that everybody from the show that was looking didn't even laugh. When I turned and saw them, they quickly put their heads down and turned their head away. It was that bad.
It was what's called a douche chill.
We were all blow off. What a blow off I got.
We brought it up on the show though,
and then he came in as a guest on the show. And it was right when he sat down, I just went,
"You blew me off, man.
You go down in history as one of the worst blow-offs I've ever gotten in my life. In my life." And he's like, "Oh, well, what happened?" And I told him, and then he just goes, "Oh, sorry."
Because it wasn't personal, dude.
No, it wasn't personal.
You know a lot of Irish guys, and you're like, Irish people are just so emotionless. This guy gives me so much little thing. He throws me so many little bones.
Yeah.
And it's just it's nothing worse than actually giving your saying thank you, and the thank you person, your welcome person is just yeah. Do you like me? Why are you helping me out, you motherfucker? I'm like, hey, Dennis, man, I really appreciate all you've done for me. Listen, stop talking to me for 5 minutes, would you? Colin's the same way. Hey, Colin, man, I love doing on the show. Hey, you know what? I love cigars. Because Irish people are not and they're not a therapeutic
loving
people. No, man, it's
in the household. It's never stories of I remember me and my dad.
Yeah,
there's a lot of love there, talking. It's always some horrific story. Bill Burr tells a story of his family that is just horrific. The father yelling at the mother all the time.
Uncomfortable guy. Billy's the same. Billy's like, hey, man, Billy, let me tell you something. And it just, his right shoulder goes up into his ear, and it just, affection is painful. Right. Kind of thing. Because I'm like, Dennis, thank you so much for the things you've done for me. And he'll just go, light a cigarette, get out of my face, you're bugging me. It's like, you go, I know how you feel, Dennis, I know what you're really feeling. Have you ever had a revenge thing where you or Opie or Anthony, either one of y'all go, you know what, I'm going to get that motherfucker. You ready, Anthony? And you go, I like the guy.
Kind of over it.
Or you go, we got over it. Dennis, and Opie's like, I like Dennis. I like the job.
A little over it. It would always be the other way, dude. I'm the one that is obsessed with this shit.
Oh, yeah.
And Anthony's talked me out of a lot of things, man, over the years.
There's still one guy out there, though, that needs to meet our wrath.
Yeah.
There is one man out there that we have never gotten revenge on. I can't stand this motherfucker.
Yeah, don't even say his name, because I want it to be a surprise when it happens.
And it was at the same event, which makes me think maybe we did really suck ass back then, and we were like, it was obvious. So people like Pauly Shore and this guy were being like scumbags.
As far as a radio team, we were just starting out. We had all the potential in the world, but we still had to do. You had to, hone your craft.
So how big was your ego, even when it shouldn't have been as big as it was?
At this point, I had no ego.
Let me take this really fast. Anthony was installing air conditioners, right? 6 months later, tops, he's in L.A. interviewing some huge TV and
excited, still
TV and comedy stars. Almost.
And it wasn't 6 months later. It was a matter of weeks. It was like I had given my notice at Apollo Air Conditioning and gave my 2 weeks notice.
Oh, you're right.
I worked, and then right up until the point we went.
You know what? You're right. I was thinking because you were coming in.
It was Opie and Anthony right away, or it was Opie and my air conditioning friend.
It was Opie on BAB, because that was, the Opie's Nighttime Attitude was the show. Right. And I would come on there as a guest just a few times a week, maybe.
And a lot of people actually at the time questioned, like, why are you giving him top billing? Because you could easily just say the Opie
second
show.
Billing.
So. I never looked at it that way, I swear to God.
Well, let me tell you something. The motherfucker who's after Ann is second. It ain't.
But at the time, I was like, this guy has all the potential. He's one of the funniest guys I've ever met in my life. Fuck it.
Thanks.
Fuck it. Let's do it right away and just make it Opie and Anthony.
Yeah, thanks.
But Yeah, I forgot. I did forget when he was doing my show, like kind of actually was becoming 3-4 times a week. Yeah. He still had a day job. Installing the air conditioners and stuff.
So I was like,
and being treated like shit.
So you gave him the okay, you said, or whoever said,
I forgot. So he
get rid of that air conditioning.
Yeah, he gave his 2-week notice. He's right. I forgot about this. So he worked right to the end of his 2-week notice, and that following Monday, we're pretty much in L.A.
L.A. interviewing celebrities, TV stars. I was just in an attic, installing shit. I'd never done radio in my life aside from hanging out with Opie a couple of times a week. So, and then I'm conducting an interview with celebrities. And
how amazing is that?
I was like, what the fuck? Where am I? Who the what?
And at what point did Dennis blow you off?
Oh, that was years later.
That was years later.
This is when I already thought, Dennis should be looking, going, hey nice to meet you,
Let me tell you something. I can also do air conditioners, but I'm Anthony.
Yeah. But, let me tell you.
There's Prince, there's Cher, and there's Anthony up in this motherfucker. N-E-E at the end.
He could
with a hyphen over the E.
Could not be less interested.
So as far as this shit goes, we continue to beat our enemies up whenever chance we get, but there's still one guy we haven't got to yet.
One guy left.
Everyone else.
One guy left.
Everyone else guy coming in, is it?
No.
It's just,
we beat the shit out of him bad on the air.
Oh, so this is a whole other person that you don't want to know.
Not yet.
And
it's a celebrity.
It's going to be a nice surprise when it happens.
Yeah.
And it will happen eventually. That's all I'm saying. But as far as everybody else, we'll continue to beat them up. But we've taken care of everybody except this one person. That's it. And I don't need the speculation to happen again on the message board. It's not this huge thing.
Oh, my God, these people.
But anyway.
Did you guys then, after you got him, did he go, I deserved it, I remember I did shit. You know what?
I think we had him on one other time after that. And then, he called up recently to be on the XM show. I'm like, no thanks. See you later. We're doing our thing now.
God, you mother.
Well, we have this saying: Opie and Anthony always win in the end. Sometimes it takes years.
Just vengeance.
Sometimes it takes years, but we don't
hilarious.
forget.
Y'all really are.
Dude, I'm the Rain Man of radio. I remember it all. I remember all the bullshit.
Thad Scott's a little aggravated.
Yep. Who?
From Cincinnati. What hacky radio crap. You bitch all the time when other DJs pull this crap. What a disappointment not revealing the arch enemy. This isn't hacky radio crap, you cunt. He's got to use because he knows that we are so ew, that's hacky radio stuff when jocks are hacky. So this has nothing to do with anything that's hacky, but he's got to throw that in there because he knows that we can't stand hacky radio. So he's got to call us oh, you hacky. You know something, Thad? B-A-N.
Nah, don't ban him. He's frustrated.
I'm banning him.
He just needs to know the arch enemy, Anthony. You can't ban him.
All right, look, one more time, and he's banned.
And honestly,
one more bad one, though.
And honestly, I did promise that it would happen today, so in a way, it's my fault as well.
One more time,
I'll give him one more time.
I'll give him one more chance.
Look at you motherfuckers corrupted. You know what? I don't like the comments, sucker. How about this? Thaddeus.
Thad.
You're banned. For what, dude? For having an opinion? Yes. Because I am Anthony, and don't you ever forget it.
We're a very interactive show until they make fun of us.
The only time that "and" is good before your name is if there's an "as" after it. Because it's always and that guy as Schneider from One Day at a Time. Or because that's the big star.
When you're the special guest.
When you're the as.
So it's out of our control, and actually it might become a bigger thing now if we reveal it live as he's coming through that door for the first time as a member of XM.
I think what Thad is saying is that you are purposely not doing this to have some extra interest in the radio.
That's what he's saying.
And they're mad at you, Thad, because they don't need this type of shit to have a good radio show.
Let me explain something.
Right.
Let me explain the barometer between being banned and
barometer. Let me explain this. People love when we give the inside radio shit away, okay? On commercial radio, that's something we have done in the past and would continue to do. You tease something because you want people listening longer. All right, because then the ratings go up, and then you're more successful. Satellite radio, we already got you listening. We don't need you to listen longer. We would like you to listen longer, but that's not one of our goals here.
Now explain it to fans. He might not know it.
Our goal is to just have you, get your friends to subscribe, and then maybe they become fans of 202.
Okay.
That's all it is.
All right.
But in the old days, this guy's right. You would go right to the end of the show and go, we ran out of time, so Monday we'll reveal the arch enemy. And then Monday happens, you got lesbian shit happening, man, we wanted to give you the arch enemy today, but look, we gave you lesbians. You can't be bitching, right? So we'll do it tomorrow, Tuesday. Man, we were the kings of that, dude. We could stretch shit out for weeks.
And next week.
But this is not one of those things, I'm telling you. It's a timing issue, and it looks like this arch enemy will be in New York with Eric Logan on Monday and Tuesday, and they're stopping by to say hi. So
you're right, Mr. Cumia. It isn't hacky radio. It's outright lying radio. Once again, O&A have lied to their fans.
You dirty liars. They calling you liars. They calling you liars.
See what we got to put up with?
Oh,
they just kill us.
Liars.
Oh,
You lie, Pee-wee.